Bada boom. Welcome to the first episode of the bestie podcast, Canon Culture, the podcast where two besties talk about all things TV, movies, pop culture. I'm one of your hosts, Betty.
And I'm Kat.
And today we'll be talking about the forefront of pop culture today.
The forefront of our lives.
The forefront of our hearts.
Our everything.
The iconic Stranger Things season 4. We cannot stop talking about this, so we thought, why the hell not do what every other basic has done and start a podcast about it? Why
Absolutely.
not? This will be talking
not?
about everything TV, everything movies, because we love and consume every possible...
Far too much.
Far too
Some
much
may
media
say.
and really live in an alternate dimension where none of the terrible things in the world are happening and it's just
No.
pure escapism and
Absolutely. Things we love to see. Things we love to see.
Today we'll be talking about Stranger Things, obviously, and it's just, we're stressed, I think is fair to say. We are about 5 days out from volume 2 of Stranger Things 4 and we are not okay.
No. Where are we going to go?
Oh.
How have we even processed what we've seen?
God.
So much content.
And the new trailers as well. There's just so much good stuff coming out. The Duffer Brothers just nail it every time. There's not a bad season. I know people are like season 2, blah, blah, blah. Or like people don't like season 3, which I wholeheartedly disagree with. Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
That's my favourite one.
heart
That is the one that I've
stopped.
rewatched the most. That is absolutely my favourite one. But yeah, today we'll be talking about all things that we loved. New partnerships that we are digging, maybe not digging. Maybe things we didn't even like, if there's anything, which I don't think there is.
What could it be?
I know people we think are going to meet their demise.
Oh.
And potential theories for what is going to be the most stressful Friday of our entire lives. It's going to be a long day to get through work that day.
Gosh.
Why didn't I take it off?
Yeah, I know, so much regret.
Such an idiot. But yes, let's
Here we are.
start with what we loved about it.
Where do I begin? Do you know what? It might be controversial. Maybe it's
Love it.
not.
Here for
I
it.
liked that they were split up.
Oh, I love that too. Yeah.
Did you?
No. I'm here. Yeah. No, obviously we weren't going to disagree. Come on.
But yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of spice.
Uh-huh.
What are they like on their, like, in a different sort of group dynamic? How does it work?
Yeah.
How does it all mesh together? Actually, well.
It really did. And it gave space for like these really, really cool... Because I was nervous with how many new characters they were bringing into it. But we'll get into that later because there were some new characters who were done dirty. But yeah, I really liked the addition of the new characters. I thought they were great. The chemistry was so well done. And like, I liked the fact that, you know, the way they split them up, it almost brought it back to like really early seasons, like season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Like you got like the core focus of, you know, how you had that Mike and Will focus again, whereas like
Although we like barely saw
Yeah.
that contingent. Fair enough. There's no like demons there.
Yeah.
Like
they
fair,
are living the
but
purple
also-
palm tree delight dream.
But I guess, you know, they were the OGs.
Yeah. And like their
And-
friendship was like kind of the focus of the first series. Like
Yeah.
it did feel like Mike and Will were besties. Almost. But then it was quite nice because you had like the 4 core guys, which was super cute.
Yeah. And I guess
It was so small.
we probably they were so
such
small and
babies.
they're so young and wonderful.
I mean, they're way younger than us. We would like to
Yeah.
add.
Yes.
So they are still babies to us.
That
but
is
like,
true.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's so sweet.
And I feel like, I know, we'll obviously see them reunite.
Yeah. I'm excited to see them all together again. I think
Yeah.
that'll be really lovely. Like, this is jumping ahead, but obviously the big thing where Max has all the flashbacks.
Oh.
I know it's super jumping ahead, but like the fact that she had Mike in one of her little flashbacks literally broke me. I was just like, God damn, they really do have... I wish we could flesh it out more. I want to see more of these relationships formed.
Yeah.
Like, I know we've got so much Steve and Dustin, but
The iconic.
I love that. But I just want to see some more, like... I even want to see more, like, Steve and Max.
Oh.
I want some, like, more...
Yeah,
I think
she wrote him a letter.
She wrote him
what
a
did
letter.
she have to say?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, what else did we love about the show? I particularly loved one character that I would like to name now before
Okay.
we go any further. I am obsessed with Argyle. Argyle is, I mean, Eddie, I know the spotlight is on Eddie. I mean, my
And
cousin.
rightly so.
Rightly so.
Rightly so.
Yes, there is
I love him. I just want to wrap him in some bubble wrap. Protect him.
It's just the Shire is burning bit.
But anyway, tell me about your Argyle.
Argyle, my Argyle. I wondered, I was like, who? I love them all. But yes, no, specifically Argyle. One, his fashion sense. I think it really captures the energy that I went through coming out of lockdown. I decided that I would live in pajamas in lockdown, and I came out and said, I am going to keep that lifestyle. The new world cannot take this away from me. I refuse. I just love him. He's so cool. He's a breath of fresh air. His comedic timing is on point. The dude who plays him is hilarious. Like,
so funny. And actually, this season, I was saying this is so just dark and like everything's just.
He's so necessary.
But he's such. Oh,
he's needed.
Such a good comic relief.
And I genuinely think he's the best thing that could have happened to Jonathan. Like,
absolutely.
Like, seriously, Jonathan's character before was a bit
boring. He had
like,
nothing going on.
Yeah, he had
you got
nothing.
Nancy. Very good.
Yeah, I liked him though. Like, it was
personality?
cute. He was a good brother in that. He was a good brother, and like, but he just wasn't like, especially in the later two series, he was kind of just there.
Yeah. Once he got the girl, he was sort of abandoned.
Yeah, he was just kind of like, oh, the dude got the girl, great.
He's living his dream.
Yeah.
He doesn't need anything else.
Yeah.
Like a storyline.
But
or character development.
Argyle has really brought a character development because he's like super cool now. Like, he's like, and he's almost like, especially in the California bit, like as it progresses before they go to Utah, the spoiler. Should have said, really, we should have said this is going to be spoiler filled.
Oh, absolutely. All of these are.
Just like, hi, we're stressed and this is going to be all the spoilers. Yeah, he brought something out in Jonathan that's made Jonathan a core character again. And it's just brilliant. The same way I think Dustin brought something out that made Steve an important role moving forward, which just makes the stakes even higher going into the finale of the series. We've talked about, is there anything else you have loved this series?
Actually, what I've loved is just like, we've really like tapped into some big topics, but without diving into them. Like, just sort of like, Max is clearly depressed. All of the other people that have been Vecnets, all of their... But it's not been a show about, here's how we fight this. Actually, it's about friendship, isn't it? And it's beautiful.
Oh my
but like,
gosh,
actually, just dealing with...
Yeah.
I've just loved it.
Yeah.
She's like, oh yeah, this is a scary monster show. But
it has depth.
It's got some depth.
It is a deep show. I think it always has been, because it's like, it's always touched on like political stances and kind of mental health, I think, as well, and like abuse. They really touch on that in a way that feels authentic, but it's still in a way that it is digestible.
Yeah. It's not in your face.
No.
But it's still so naturally.
Yeah.
And it's just...
That's one of the things about the storylines in each of these seasons, is the storylines are so authentic, and the way they weave the web is so well done.
It's so beautiful.
And it's just taken care when you're writing. I can just like... I wonder if they use post-it notes and just like have to have like that little roadmap on this giant wall or something. Like, because I would love to know how they do that. Because very rarely do you get a show with so few loopholes, I guess. Like, I know there was a few continuity things, but you know, in the grand scheme of it, it's not.
They were very little ones.
Yeah,
really,
teeny tiny, that like die-hard fans who were like look at it through a microscopic glass.
Yeah.
Which I guess we do. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any... I mean, I just loved it as a whole. Like, I was so happy when it came out after such a long wait. Because, like, for a lockdown, I was just watching that show on repeat. Like, it was a comfort show. I loved it. I love watching and just seeing all of the little nods to, like, 80s films like The Thing or Alien and stuff like that. And, like, Goonies, obviously, I think. I know, they were kind of like, they actually said that in an interview recently. They were like, we're trying to lean away from like the Goonies thing. And I was like, don't, I freaking love the Goonies. Do not do that. It is a perfect movie. Please don't. Well, it's not a perfect movie. It's very problematic. But I love the adventure side of it.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what they were doing with season 3. So I guess this is why they've gone darker with season 4. But I just loved it. I thought it was great. And I am so relieved. And I just pray to God. I know the last 2 are going to be good. We know that. I think we're going to be...
They not be?
But I think they might destroy us.
Oh, I'm not prepared.
I'm so stressed.
I'm not prepared.
So stressed about how it's going to affect my life going forward. I think I'm going to feel funny for a few days after.
I think you will. I don't know anyone who's watched Stranger Things as much as you have.
That's not what I want to hear.
Gal, you've watched a lot.
I know.
But you love it.
It is one of those things.
Great.
Yeah.
And actually, I think all the other series were great and I loved. But straight after I finished the last episode that's out thus far, after episode 7, I was like, I want to rewatch that right now. It was just... Yeah. There's something about this season that's just got me.
Is it because the last 2 episodes aren't out yet?
I don't know. Well, I guess, yeah, I don't feel sad yet.
Yeah. I mean, I'm already mourning. We'll talk about who we think is gonna die later. But I mean, I'm sure anyone listening can guess who we think is. But we're gonna do like top 3 deaths. I'm in mourning already. I like the stress levels are high. We'll be wearing black this week. In preparation.
Not to be dramatic.
No, not at all. But what you were saying about like rewatching it again, like I've found that a lot, but particularly found that with season 3. And I remember finishing it, and then I was watching it with my boyfriend, and I remember I just restarted. Like we finished that last episode 8 I think it was, and then I just went straight back to the beginning, and I was like, do you care? And he was like, no, it's fine. But yeah, so is there anything else you want to talk about loving it? Obviously we loved it, that's it.
Apart from everything,
yeah, but we don't have time for that.
Things that I do love. The parents.
Finally, by the way, where have you guys been for 4 years?
I know. Like, I feel like when we had that bit in episode 4 with Maxie's mum, I know that wasn't the real Maxie's mum, but I was just like,
some parents.
I just thought, wow, this is just wonderfully acted. And then
phenomenal.
Every time we see precious Dustin's mom,
oh god, she breaks my heart. Oh my goodness, Miss Henderson.
Oh, I just hope she's fine at the end of this.
She must be so stressed. Like, the way he's just like, okay, love you, bye. Like, excuse me, sir.
He's not thinking enough about his mother.
He isn't. And then he swears on his mother's life.
Gosh.
Dustin has turned into a little bit of a stinky teenager this series. And I kind of rate it. It's fun, like, to see that dynamic. Because he is, like, going through that teenage, I'm a little poo head. You know, like, all teenagers do it. I was that teenager. I was a little poo head. But he does go through that phase of, and I think you see that in him and Steve's dynamic,
and
it's just so funny.
Like that, it's when they're going through the house, and Steve sighs at Dustin because they have to be together. Yeah,
he's just like, I can't deal with this teenager
because he's
I don't blame him though.
Going through some changes.
Oh yeah, he is going through a change. They all are. It's nice because it's not as so much Mike anymore. Mike really annoyed me. This series really turned me around on Mike because
that's good.
It was just. Do you know what it is? It's episode 1, season 3, and he does the whispering thing to Elle in front of Hopper, and I'm like, do not disrespect Mr. Hopper. Thank you very much. I refuse. Yeah. Hopper is a good man. You
respect that hero.
You respect the hero. Anyway, we'll move on from that because that actually the parents' conversation leads us very nicely into new pairings. Yeah, they're known for like putting them all together and mixing it all up. And this season, we did get a little bit of mixing up as well as new characters. Yeah. So I'm going to ask you, what do you think about Nancy and Robin?
Nancy and Robin. Okay.
Because that is one of the new ones that they're really pushing. But
I don't think until now, I guess 11 and Max last season,
love it.
Female friendship.
Love those two. That was great.
That
was super authentic as well.
And it was lovely. Whereas I feel like this season, obviously, Max and Eleven are split up. And actually, I feel like I've loved a little bit of female friendship that's just a bit different. That they weren't initially warm to each other.
Yeah.
Nancy was probably a bit jealous, being like, "Oh, she's with Steve,"
even though she's with John.
Yeah, that's an issue in itself. But actually, I like that it was just a different type of friendship. But also, we love at the end, that's a supportive female friendship.
Yeah,
we love that.
I love that. I do agree. However,
but
I do feel it's a little forced. And I also thought it was going to be more, I don't know what I thought, the promotion, I guess, of it. It felt like there was going to be more to it. And maybe it's because we didn't get the, like, fun, laid-back, kind of authentic way of them bonding.
Yeah, they had to bond
in a
through
library.
Yeah, they had to bond through saving lives.
Yes.
Which, shared trauma. What a bonding experience.
Here we go again. It's just one of those things where it's like, I don't know. I really do like it, and I'm all for more female friendships. Like, I have been grasping at straws for the last 4 series.
Yeah.
Which
is fair.
Yeah. You don't want it to be like Endgame where they force them all to walk together. That was a shame. But yeah, I did some parts I did think, but like, I mean, it wasn't like jarring at all. It was still, it was still fine.
Yeah.
And it was nice to see Nancy actually have a female friend again, because like, ever since Bob, like, she is like, it seems like she's just cold, like,
she's
it does
neat pals.
Well, that's what I think she's closed herself up completely to like the idea of friendship because of that. Like, it must have, well, we see that it has had a traumatic impact on her, which it would, but yeah, it's just a interesting kind of dynamic, and I liked it. I did, but I was kind of like, I wanted more. I don't know what it was. It was just something that wasn't quite hitting for me. But that was like the second time I was like watching it that it wasn't hitting. The first time I was completely enamored, and I was just like, yes, all of it. What do we think about Steve and Nancy?
I'm not mad about it. I'm not. They have so much chemistry. I know she's with Jonathan, but where are they at really? They're not. They just need to have a good conversation. They need to sort their stuff out. If they end up together, fine. If they don't, Steve. I'm not mad about it. Steve has grown a lot since season 1. Season 1, Steve and Nancy, they were not meant to be together. No. Season 4, Steve?
I mean, season 2, Steve.
But am I just projecting because I love Steve?
Because you want to be his girlfriend. Is this what's happening? Are you trying to live through Nancy here? Is that...
Maybe. I've only realised this now. Is that why I love this? Because I love him.
No, you just realised while we're recording with this podcast that you have this like undying love for Steve.
I think I maybe do.
I worry for what's going to happen to you in the coming weeks.
All of the world, though.
Yeah, we all love Steve. I
think like we've seen how Nancy looks at him this season.
I mean, who wouldn't when he takes his top off? Although, Tame the Beast.
It was a different era.
It wasn't. To be fair, it's very 80s.
Yeah.
30.
I'm not mad about it, and I thought I would be.
Yeah.
Because I loved when Nancy and Jonathan got together, but I think at the start it's obviously just very tense, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And I need to really gather some thoughts. Once I'm sure in the next 2 episodes we will see Nancy and Jonathan reunite in some way.
Yeah. Hopefully. I'm nervous.
My
concern.
Okay.
Yep. Love Steve.
Yes.
Love Nancy. I am so excited for Nancy to get her Sigourney Weaver moments.
Oh.
She is going to be incredible. I mean, she's had so many. But I do fear if Jonathan loses Nancy, what that will do for his character. Like, you're not going out with Nancy. Your only connection is Will. Like, unless he becomes, like, super bros with Steve, which I've always wanted. I really wanted it. Like, see when Steve was like, let's go all out for dinner. I was like, oh, God, I want to be at that dinner. I want to see him and Jonathan kind of get past it. Because I think they would have really good chemistry. Like,
which I agree with. But would that happen if Nancy was back with Steve?
Exactly.
Also,
no, God, no.
I think what you were saying earlier about the whole Jonathan Argyle friendship, he's become an independent man.
Yes.
He does have
his own thoughts, and
he's his own person now.
Yes, much more so now than before, because before, I mean, yeah, he was kind of like this guy looking for his brother, and then he was a guy helping Nancy, and then he was a guy helping Nancy get fired. Like,
Yeah.
like there was just no, I don't know, there was no, like, I crave more for his storyline, because, like, he has been, like, a 4-season character, and we've not really had...
really...
Yeah, what's happened there? Because, like, you could have went so much more with, like, Lonnie and stuff like that. Which, fun fact, Steve was originally going to be Lonnie. Like, when Steve comes back and saves Jonathan and Nancy, that was going to be Lonnie.
What?
Yeah, the Duffer said that was going to be Lonnie, because they were going to kill off Steve, which we'll talk about. But yeah, no, I think Steve and Nancy getting back together would be good. Either way right now, I feel like they are kind of doing Nancy dirty a little bit. I don't know how it's all going to play out, but I do worry. This is touching on what we're going to talk about, but, like, if Steve dies, this is the whole thing, right? Everyone's saying Steve's going to die. You know, that's the whole thing that everyone talks about.
Yeah.
If he does die and she's been thirsting over him, that's the worst word I could have used, but you know what I mean? She's, like, having these feelings, thinking maybe there's something there, you know, he's there for me type thing. If he dies and then she goes back and gets back together with Jonathan, what's happening there? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a feasible storyline. Particularly, don't think it's good for I just don't want a female character. Like, I'm so bored of it. Like,
no. I also don't know if they are going to get back together. Like, I don't know if they're going to stay together, Nancy and Jonathan. I think the way things are at the moment.
I guess if they split them up, I mean, yes, break them up by all means. I don't really, like, stan any of the relationships other than Joyce and Hopper, but I'm not even bothered about that, really. Like, it's more just, like, crazy alien and Russian, you know, conspiracies that I'm here for.
Focus of the show, and actually that's quite nice.
It's so refreshing
that you're not, like, watching the show. Like...
Actually, that's a lie. Max and Lucas.
Oh, absolutely.
Keep them together.
I do quite like Elle.
Oh gosh, yeah, I forgot about them. Yes, Elle and Mike work. I like them. I mean,
like them.
I like the fact that, like, I hope they do, like, have some time. Like, I like the fact that they're having time apart because they need it. We've been saying this in season 3. I agreed completely with Hopper that they needed some space. Yeah, spending entirely too much time together. But yeah, no, I don't know. Like, Steve and Nancy will be good. I just worry what this will do for. I just don't know how that storyline works out.
No,
I genuinely don't. It's a tough one, and I'm sure the Duffer Brothers will pull it off. But it's just
they know what they're doing.
If anyone listening has any idea how that would all work out, please do let us know.
Please, absolutely.
I'm trying to think of any. I mean, I really love the fact that the parents kind of woke up and came into the show and kind of had their own little storylines. Well, that was a great pair up.
It was lovely.
Yeah, I think that was lovely. Karen is. I want to see more of her fire. Like, you know, the way she's like, that chat she has with Nancy.
Oh.
Like, in season 3, that's great. Like, seeing that side of her is brilliant. Because obviously, you know, she is this unhappy housewife. And it's like, yeah, that fire. Yeah.
We love it.
We do love to
Things
see it.
we don't love. Characters that might die. It's never Stranger
Things. That segue, though, gal.
Okay, it's never Stranger Things without a bit of heartache. A bit of trauma flung in.
Yes.
They make you love a character just to destroy that.
Take them away. I'm still not over the fact that they got Mikey from Goonies, Sean Astin, and decided, let's kill him off after 1 season. They had the golden goose of 80s movies and thought, we just won't kill him. Like, we're just going to kill him. That's it. We just won't keep him.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Nah.
It was
I'm still shook by that.
That death is horrendous. I skip it. Like, I don't think I've...
Don't blame me. That was heartbreaking.
I really have to skip it because it's just watching Joyce's face.
Oh.
Winona Ryder. Oh, my God. She gives and gives and gives. She's a queen. She needs a gazillion Oscars.
Hero.
Yeah. But yes, character deaths are rough.
Who do you think is likely? Who are your theories for who might go in the next 2 episodes? Well,
they did say there was going to be a body count. That was the quote from the Duffer Brothers today. That was the big quote going on in the Twitter sphere today. I don't want anyone to die. But I mean, I have my I have one character I would like to die, so he's going to be my top 3. So I've got 3. Well, I guess we've got 3 each who we've picked, who we think are going to die. I think Jason's a goner.
I hope
and I'll be glad to see the back of him. railing up that satanic panic. Like,
problematic
he's
fellow.
awful. And it feels like genuinely he's the golden boy, but the way he snaps, it feels like he's just he's blood. Like, he just wants blood.
It's not the ideal situation.
He's so scary. Like, that, for me, the scariest part of this season is that pep rally and him. That's it. It's just so psychotic that I can't.
So uncomfortable to watch.
So uncomfortable. And the way he, like, riles them all up at the town hall. Mm-hmm. Sir, sit down, you're 12. Like, calm yourself. That's it. And I've had enough of him. The audacity. The audacity of this boy. Yeah. And that's where I'll end it. I want him gone. The likelihood is he's going to do something, like, heroic or something. He's going to be like Steven.
Redeem himself.
Yeah, he's going to do a Steven season 1, except we're not going to keep him. Yeah. Hopefully the Bruffer brothers can just get it out on him. Yeah. My second one, Dr. Owens. Sweet man. I mean, he did bring her back face to face with Papa, which is really problematic. I don't know, I just feel like he's always had this empathy, and he's never looked at her like a science experiment. No. And he has this, like, Paul Reiser has this lovely way. I don't know, I genuinely think he's played it really nicely, and he's a lovely character, and I will be sad to see him go, like, genuinely really upset. And I hope that that's the one that just they use to, like, get the kicker in, you know what I mean, the way they did with Hopper. I hope. I don't think they're going to. I think they're going to kill him, and then we're going to be like, oh, and then it's going to be like another death, and we're going to be like, oh. But yeah, I think Dr. Owens is a goner. Obviously, he's came in the same time as Bob, and I think they give similar vibes. I just love his character. I really, truly do. And I just think, I do think he's a goner. And my final one, Steve. And I'm so sad. I'm already in mourning. Yeah, I am so sure that Steve's going to die. The only thing that I saw going around Twitter was, like, Sean Levy said, I said I'd walk out if Steve died. Because obviously I think he has a good relationship with the guy who plays him, Steve. Sean Levy, by the way, King, has made the best. I mean, Cheaper by the Dozen and then Dear Billy. You know. Wow. King. But yeah, I don't know, Steve's gonna die. I'm in mourning. I don't really want to talk about it that much because I'm so, like, gutted by it. No. Because, like, he does bring a lot to the show. Yeah. And I don't, like, I like Dustin and Eddie together, but, like, I don't want them to be, like, I don't know, I think maybe I'm just afraid of change. Maybe I need to go to a therapist because I am having major feelings about a character dying in a show.
Well, I feel the same.
Who are your top three? Tell me. Yes.
I might as well stick with Steve while he's there.
So he's on your top three?
Yeah, I tried to keep things different, but I couldn't with Steve.
It is the general consensus at the moment that he is going to die.
And I hope with all of my heart that we're wrong.
Oh, I'll put money on it and pray to be wrong.
Like, he's the one character that everyone is, like, dependent on at some point. Really.
Same with Hopper.
And surely they're not going to do that twice with Hopper.
They wouldn't. I think they'll wait till the last season to kill him.
Yeah, if he's going to die, it's next season, I think. Same with, that was a helpful, I've already forgotten who I was about to be like, oh yeah. If any of the parents go, that'd be next season.
Oh gosh, yeah. Wait.
The only one I think that, I don't think any of them would, because surely...
Do you not think any of them are going to die this season?
No.
I think that Mr. Wheeler's a goner. I do. Because he saw that... I don't know if you saw the clip in the trailer. One of the trailers, the early trailers. I think it's the one where they had that 24-hour clock thing. You see Mrs. Wheeler, like, clinging onto Holly on the floor. No. Looks like the house has been attacked.
No.
So I think, like, the government's gone to their house and it's, like, attacked them or something like that. No. And I think Mr. Wheeler's a goner, and he's so funny. That the actor of that, the comedic timing, he's just nailed that character. Unless he really is like that in real life, and then in that case he's a bit of poo. But yeah, I do think he's a goner.
I think Yuri, like,
he's a fun guy.
He's a fun guy. Again, his comedic timing, comedic relief. We love to see it. He's so good. But because you're like, oh, how can someone just be so annoying and so funny at the same time?
That's what my brother thinks about me. How can somebody be so annoying and so funny? I think he just cuts it off at the beginning.
Yeah, I think there'll be some sort of heroic death that allows...
I think there are very few people getting out of Russia.
Yeah, but I think Joyce and Hopper have to.
So you're forgetting one more character. My favourite character in the entire show there.
That I don't know.
You don't know, so you don't think, like, yeah, I think he might die, but I'm in denial, so I'm not going to talk about it.
That's who I was actually just thinking of.
Really?
I think he might die, but next season.
I'd like to see him make it season 5.
I think just because I want to see him make it to there. I don't...
He's so funny.
Yeah, it
Brett
wouldn't
Gelman.
surprise me.
By the way, this is Murray we're talking about.
Oh yes, Murray. It actually wouldn't surprise me if he died helping Joyce.
Yeah.
Their little friendship. I
so
love it.
Cute.
It's just very wholesome.
The thing that got me emotional on one of my rewatches of season 3 was the way he just immediately goes to pull her out of there. Because he can see she's total distraught. He's like, "Where's Jim?" And she doesn't even say anything. And he's like, "Right, I've got to get you out of here. Let's go." And he's just straight in there. And it's just, And then also his hands are like arrows. His arms are iron. His feet are sparrows. Oh my God, we stan a king.
We do.
We love him.
We do.
He's so good in the his physical comedy is really good.
He's so funny. I love him.
He's brilliant.
Yeah.
So I'll be sad if they kill off all the comedic characters. Surely they can't do it. We need these.
We need
they are so necessary. They are so necessary, and we can't just rely on Dustin and the kids because they're busy doing their Scooby-Doo stuff. Yes. Is there anyone else you think are going to do? What was your list then? So you were Steve,
Yuri.
Do you think Enzo's going to die?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think...
I was just trying to keep it to 3, but yeah, I do think Enzo's going to die.
So how many people have we got now? So we've got Steve, Yuri, Dr. Owens, Jason, Murray. That's 5.
That is 5.
That's a hefty body count.
That is quite big. I think the list could keep going.
Did I say Jason?
No.
I can't remember if I said Jason. Potentially. But I think we're going to see a lot of minor... maybe Callahan.
Oh.
You know, the annoying cop?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe him.
No, I don't... Unless he... Again, this is the thing. I'm just like, as long as they have a hero's death. But...
Yeah, I'm happy for him not to get a hero's death, to be honest. Yeah. He's irritating. He's a great actor. But well. Yes, I guess he does.
He's just keen. But like in a good way.
Yeah.
For a cop, he means well.
So now that we've spoke about deaths, who do we think... Like, what do we think is going to happen? Honestly, very little clue. Like... I've seen a couple of theories. Yeah. I've honestly tried not to read into it because I truly loved... Like, there were so many leaks with the first one, and I didn't even watch, like, you know, when they dropped, like, the first 8 minutes and stuff like that. I was I'm not watching that. Like, I'm just going to go in and enjoy it.
And I loved not knowing what was going to happen.
Exactly. I love that.
And genuinely being surprised.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
It was so good.
Oh, God.
But I guess this is different because it's the last 2 episodes, so it's a continuing of a story.
Yeah.
Where we have
the building blocks of what they're kind of going for. Like, we got the big reveal of Vecna and the Creel house and everything like that. So we've got a big platform to go from, but I still have no idea. That's the thing with the Duffer Brothers, though. I think they do a really good job of that, and it's done really well in, like, Alien and stuff like that. And it is, like, unpredictable. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like this chaotic thing where you're like, like, you just sit there and you're like, oh my God, like, what did I just watch? You sit there and you're like, the way you feel after, you know, when you watch Dear Billy and you're at the end watching Max, like, run through the Upside Down. Like, that is honestly one of the best scenes of television I've ever seen.
It's beautiful.
That episode, is that the episode where they do the one shot in California as well, where the guy gets shot, the cop, undead hero agent episode. Dude.
Yeah.
So I have no idea where we're going to go with it, which is not helpful at all for anyone listening on the theories. No. Where do you think? Have you got any idea?
No. Just so unhelpful. I think we're going to be sad, but we've just discussed that. But
I feel like there's no happy ending for this show.
I think it's going to end up, you know, like how we felt last season of we're real sad, but we're moving on.
But the thing is, at the end of last season, they had that moment where they're all standing outside Starcourt Mall, and they're like, all like everyone's safe and got their little blankies around them and stuff like that. Oh God! Then you see Elle and Joy.
Like, so it's like a weird moment of I'm sad.
A dreadful end. It's so depressing.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be even worse this season. Yeah. And then we have to wait 2 years to find out what the hell's going to go on. The worst thing is David Harbour went on an interview. He's like, yeah, I know how it ends. And I was like, mother of God, how? Yeah. Like, how can you possibly know? But they've had it all planned out for a while.
Yeah.
So I guess it's
like this. You've just got to, don't you?
Yeah.
I guess it's is Vecna going to have been behind the whole thing?
Is Vecna the big bad?
Is he the big bad? Has he been the one that's coaxed Will in season 1?
Yeah.
Or is there something even bigger that we don't know about?
I know. What was the mind flayer? Because it looks like the mind flayer's coming back too.
Oh,
You see that? The dusty thing in the thing.
That was stressful.
Yeah, so that, like, that, the dusty thing in the train, we sound like great people right now. The dusty thing with the demonluminums. No, the dusty thing in the thing, you've got Murray and Hopper standing outside it, and everyone thinks that's the mind flayer. Ooh. And I'm like, how they get the mind flayer in there? How they do that? Maybe Dr. Owens is working for the Russians.
No.
That would be a twist. I would love that.
That would be a great twist.
Also, we haven't even touched on Papa.
I think he'll die in season 5.
Yeah, he's a goner.
He can't make it to
He
the
cannot
end.
survive. He has to die. He has to die saving Elle.
Yes.
Because
he does care for her. It's so weird.
In a weird, like,
and that
she's his most prized possession thing. Which
he will sacrifice himself for her.
Oh, 100%. How he survived. I want to know how he survived the Demogorgon attack.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know that. That's
Does
a lot.
He have some powers? I don't know. 0.
Number 0. But yeah, I thought overall it was a great series. I do think we're going to get the big standoff with Vecna and Elle, which is going to be exciting. I'm excited to see that.
So
I'm excited to see the standoff between Nancy and him, because obviously at the end you've got Nancy in the, like, trance. But she didn't have any headaches or nosebleeds, did she?
No, but I guess is it different because she's in the upside down?
Yeah, maybe.
He didn't have to lure her there, or
yeah, that's true. I'm excited to see how Steve dies.
Oh no, I know.
I am so sure. Oh goodness. Excited to see how Steve dies, and I don't think it's all going to be wrapped up this season. Like, you know how each season's been quite neatly wrapped. I think. Yeah, I think this is going to be a cliffhanger. It wouldn't
surprise me.
Series, which really annoys me because, goddamn, I just want it all right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I've not really got many theories. And like I say, I've not read any theories. And I'm enjoying that. I like the fact that I'm just sitting here. Well, to be honest, this week I'm really trying not to think about it because obviously I am in mourning for Steve and Maury, potentially. Oh, God. Oh.
I'm interested to see, Max come face to face with Vecna again.
Yes! I was thinking this when we were rewatching it. Like, is she going to face him again? Because she got away from him. Mm-hmm. Like, you've got to have a strong mind to get away from him. Like,
it's the power of friendship for you.
Oh my gosh. And I just want to see her and Steve. Like, I don't know why. I feel like he could be a big brother. Because she obviously wants a big brother. But he's going to die anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm really killing you every time I say that, aren't I?
It just hurts my heart. I love him.
I'm so sorry. But yeah, if anybody else who is listening has any theories they would like to share with us, and maybe some hope that Steve isn't going to die.
And is that our sign off?
But yeah, I think we're going to end it here. If you have any theories or anything like that, please do share it, because we are vying for more chat on all things Stranger Things.
Absolutely, and more things pop culture.
Yeah, throw some Harry Styles in there. Throw some T-Swizzle. When's 1989 coming out? Let's keep it the 80s theme.
Now come.
But yes, I'm not in on the T-Swizzle chat, but I will be, because Kat's going to do a whole explainer for me.
Oh, I love her.
But yeah, thanks so much for listening. And if you liked it, give us a rating or wherever this is, and share it with your friends. And thanks so much for listening.
See you again soon.
Bye.
Bye.